Ah, there it goes. Hello folks, welcome back to Major Diesel. Hey, today we've got another interesting video to do. I have to go down to Mom's to get some potatoes, and Charlie's going to be grinding some flax oil, and I'll introduce you to one of our other family tractors down there. So let's get going. This tractor was the first tractor that I rebuilt. When I was 12 years old, my father bought this from a neighbor. It didn't want to run. So my father and I tore this tractor all apart, and it has a standard motor company engine made in England in it with wet sleeves. We took out the sleeves, took them to the machine shop, had them bored out, had pistons made for it, got it running. And when I was 14, we had it running good. And then when I was 16, we sold it. And that was in 1987, we sold it. Just before my 17th birthday, and the man who bought it later died, and his son sold it back to us, along with that 9N there, which was another tractor that he had had. Now my son Charlie has both of those tractors running, although the 9N needs rings and bearings. We have rings and bearings to put in the 9N, in that 9N, and also in another 9N that my father had. Now back to the man who died, and his son sold us back the Ferguson. Then we had no use for the Ferguson because we had a 9N Ford at that time. So we sold the Ferguson to a neighbor. And oops, looks like Charlie's having trouble making it up the hill over here. We sold the Ferguson to a neighbor, and last year the neighbor decided to move away, and he called us up and said, did we want our Ferguson back? So Charlie went and bought the Ferguson back. Now we would like to rebuild the two 9N Fords and maybe sell them. I'm not sure. I have two other boys that live a distance away. They might want two of the tractors. We're not sure here yet. With this little bit of snow we have, it means that we don't have the traction that we should. We should have chains on our tractors. Think you have to take it this way, huh?
Well, I can't get through there. I have too many boards there. Might have to try.
I think we can make it through with the Ferguson.
Yeah?
But I think we might have to move a couple of the boards that are on the ground. Unless you don't mind bouncing over them.
It's flooded.
Mm-hmm. We're having a bit of carburetor troubles here with the Ferguson. Ah, there it goes. We got a big wheel on the front right now. The one tire went flat when we brought it home. We didn't have a chance to get it changed yet. That little tractor is so agile. This tractor's a 1951. They were a pretty modern tractor in the 50s.
Back up some more.
Oh, okay. One thing these nice light little tractors are good for, you can roll them around. Press actually works down the Ferguson. Of course, the Major doesn't even notice it's there. See, on that run down on that side, oil runs out. On this side over here, flax meal comes out. Bumped into the press and knocked things a little crooked.
This one vibrates it works.
There's a cone inside here where all the meal comes out. What did you say there?
It vibrates it works, this tractor.
Oh yeah. See where the oil is coming out there, it's kind of foamy looking.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
So, that shows you what we do with our little tractors around here. Oh yeah.
Governor works good on this one.
Almost overworks.
Yeah, like when you're pulling heavy and you just
It surges fairly easy. Yeah.
Let the front tires out.
Yeah. You know, they had 3 of these that they took down to Antarctica.
Yeah, with tracks on.
and they had tracks on them, and they took the governors and they changed the settings in the governor so that it would run 3,600 RPM with this same engine. And they never had any trouble, but they couldn't keep them running in the cold unless they made them run faster.
Right. Well, they wouldn't heat up.
They wouldn't warm up, right.
When they don't warm up, you get no oil pressure.
Right. But they put tarps all over them and everything. There's all kinds of pictures of them and stuff, but they said there was very few engines that would have been made for 2,000 RPM that would have handled 3,000 RPM as easily as this one does.
Right.
Well, I think I have to go do some other things. So much for today, but you can see what we use our little tractors for and various interesting things. Catch you around on the next video.